Yo guys, Theo here on Common Sense. Recording today's video out by my cottage in the forest. No, it's just very windy and rainy outside, so let's record today's video inside. So today I wanted to tell you what the problem is. It's you. The reason you're feeling the way you're feeling, it's you. Alright, so I'm doing this video because of my last video about overcoming your depression by letting go. Someone commented and said, depression when society fails to meet your needs. And look, of course the external world, things that happen around us or to us can influence our internal state, but in the end, our internal state influences the external world. You understand? The world is not as it is as you are. Your frequency is what you frequently see, all right? So I have a few different examples of this. Like, for instance, when I came here to Greece, to Saronida, where I'm staying, I knew I threw myself out of my comfort zone. You know, that was part of doing this. I've traveled quite a bit, but I've never actually moved and lived in another country like that. So I was prepared to feel uncomfortable and insecure, having to face a new situation, right? But I can just know this beforehand, and I can prepare in some ways. Can't know exactly what it's going to be like. So when I come here, you know, I'm just, because I'm in a new place, I just have a little bit of fear, I guess, in general. I notice, oh shit, there isn't, I took for granted there's going to be some gym close nearby, and it's in Greek and all that. It's difficult for me to make the research to find it, and it's not only for my training, it's important for my job, right? And I just have no routines in that. And literally, when I came here, I felt like the place, Saronida, that it looked dirty, you know. And then when I finally found the gym I've been training in, my first impression was like, this is not really a great gym. I guess it will do, you know. But as I got more comfortable here, started doing my work and I'm just enjoying it, swimming, and I'm finding my routines, all of a sudden it looks beautiful, the place. Now I see all the flowers, I see the sun shining, I see nice colors, you know. And the gym, while it isn't the most modern gym, it's good enough for sure. And they have this outside area where I've always wanted to do, upper body calisthenics you can often do in outdoor gyms, right? I've always wanted to have weights and do like squats and deadlifts outside. And this is something you can do in this gym. So you see, nothing about my external world changed. It was just my internal state. When I felt more comfortable and happy and all that, then all of a sudden the world around me looked a lot better. Do you understand? And another example of this is before I started the whole uncommon sense thing, I was depressed, struggling with anxiety, depression due to poor lifestyle and trauma, for many years. And the years leading up to my crash in life with the panic attacks before I started changing, I was 25 then. The years from when I was like 21 or so, I had gotten into like politics. I was very upset, basically right-wing extremist, I was very upset about many things. And I felt like, this was a big source of my misfortune, like, oh, if only the feminism wasn't like this, then women wouldn't be crap like this. I wouldn't have to deal with this, blah, blah. Oh, it's so difficult. White men, we are hunted down, blah, blah, blah. Look, I wouldn't describe myself as a right-wing extremist anymore. In fact, I see all of that as fake divisions. Always, all these divisions among people, just trying to put people in different camps so they see each other as the enemy instead of the true enemy. And I don't mean God. I just, for example, pointing out, I mean just the people at the top. They don't care about right wing or left wing, really. They'd use any typically labeled right or left wing thing that could gain them. But the point is that when I came out on the other side of the panic attacks and I started getting a lot of love from the inside, and that it's not that I changed all my opinions, like some, because some were very emotional, but like the facts, my worldview, yeah, because in a sense my worldview changed, but you understand, not really the way I say, oh, this is how the world is, this is how people do, blah, blah, blah. This is, I still see corruption in the world. I still see these bad things. I just don't let I don't, do you understand that the chaos you see in the world is It's a manifestation of the chaos you see inside. If you feel chaotic inside, if you don't feel safe on the inside, that's how you're going to perceive the world. So take a minute to think, have you ever been in the exact same situation, circumstances? People, you have the same job, you have everything is the same in your life, but you've at times felt like great, you're happy, content, you're inspired, you're not bored, you're creative, whatever, and then you have been in the exact same situation, feeling like, nothing's going my way. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm bored. What should I even do with my life? La 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 la. Your frequency is what you frequently see. The world is not as it is as you are. So to round it off like that, like again, of course, external events, traumatic things that happen to you, and that will, like, that came from the outside, that you had really nothing to do with, or things happening, again, someone passing away that you loved or something, it will influence your internal state. But it is, again, do you understand that? Like, for instance, you could be okay with your job, then something completely unrelated to your job happens, something difficult. Now you feel like your job is a struggle. I don't want to deal with the people there. It's not the job that's the problem, right? It's you. So what I mean is, it's not to blame you, victim blame you for like difficult things that happen. But in the end, we got to realize that it's more that our internal world determines our external world than the opposite. Yes, the external world sometimes triggers something in your internal world, but to change that, it's not changing the world that's going to help you. That's what I thought with all my old like political beliefs, right? Oh, if only these things were different. But I realized when I started feeling the love from within, I realized that, yeah, I don't like these things. Of course, I want to be a force for good and influence and change so as much as I can, but these things weren't really the reason that I felt this chaos and misery and dread on the inside, right? So I might have put up the frequency, so maybe I'll do that now. But it's very interesting. It's something I really need to be looking into more, because I've talked about high and low states on this channel, and really the degrees, it's degrees on this frequency chart, the emotion, it's energy in motion, what energy is in motion inside you, that will influence how you perceive the world. And so when I came here to Greece, I found myself in this enlightenment state all the time. It's crazy, everything is beautiful. You see the patterns with everything. You're just magnetic because you feel this. You feel amazing in the inside, and it's going to influence both the way you look at things, but the way people look at you. And it's the same thing. If you feel shame and guilt, on the inside, you judge yourself, you're going to, at the very least, find yourself feeling judged by people, but you're going to be like a smaller person. Like, people might not look down on you the same way you do, but you understand you're going to lose that magnetism when you're just beaming with that energy, right? Otherwise, I need some new selfie stick or something. I get so tired. It's so tired in my shoulder from holding this. No, but what I found is, as for me personally, where I'm at with this right now, if I don't go below anger on the show, it's a surprisingly high frequency. It's still below the middle. But if I don't fall lower than anger, then I know the actions I need to take to elevate my state. I've woken up angry many times, but I know that, okay, if I go and take the cold shower, I do my work things, I start replying to my clients or whatever I have to do, write some Instagram posts, like now recording a video, or maybe I'll go for a swim, or I go to work. When you do things that are positive actions, that's what's gonna raise your frequency gradually. Now, I really want to, because when you're way at the bottom, like the shame, guilt, grief ones, those are the ones I think are real, because they feel like they inhibit you so much from taking certain actions that would elevate your state. But I just wanted to float some ideas to you with this. If anyone has any, about the vibrations and frequencies, because it's a new one to me. I know it more from my experience than just being introduced to this frequency chart. But yeah, if anyone has any good source, any good educator for me, it's really something I want to dig in to deeper. But know that, the problem If you're not happy with how things are, yes, sometimes changing some things in your external environment, like if you're in a toxic relationship, for instance, or you're living with your parents and they're not really good to you or whatever, yes, of course, it's going to help elevate your state to change that external circumstance. But in the end, many things outside of yourself you're blaming for the way you're feeling. It's not really the issue. It's that you're not giving yourself what you feel is lacking on the outside is really lacking on the inside. Okay, so please like and comment what you think about this. Do you have any tips for me where I should go digging further? Please let me know. Send me DM for the coaching. I do coach. I talk about these things with clients too, but it's of course the holistic bodybuilding, working on the body as a tool for working on the entire self. It's just so very obvious, manifesting the physique, the beautiful physique. That is again the external physique. It's a manifestation of the person inside that does the things that leads to that. It's self-love, to be ripped, jacked, and stacked. Okay, please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, mindset. It's a mindset, guys. The problem is you. Change on the inside to change things on the outside. Peace.